Hello students, we are on lecture 3 of our lesson amines, organic compounds containing nitrogen atom. So this is the time to do the physical properties of amines. So when we are talking about the physical property, the three main things that come in our mind are the physical state, the solubility and the boiling point. So let us start with the first one, that is the physical state. The lower aromatic amines are gases with fishy odor. Primary amines with 3 or more carbon atoms are liquid and still higher ones are solid. And aniline and the other aryl amines. Aniline and the other aryl amines are usually the colorless. Okay, but they get colored. Remember this thing, but they get colored on storage due to atmospheric oxidation. So even they appear to be colorless, but after the atmospheric oxidation, they results in appearing a color when they are stored. Okay, the second is the solubility. The lower aliphatic amines are soluble in water because they can form hydrogen bond with the water molecule. We know that N is electronegative, H positive. In water, O is negative, H is positive. So there is a formation of H bond with the water molecule. But side by side, a thing has to be remembered, thus the solubility decreases with increase in molar mass. As the size of the alkyl group is increasing, it results in causing a hydrophobic nature. The alkyl part results in developing the hydrophobic nature, and the higher amines becomes insoluble in water. So the solubility in water can be seen only in case of the lower aliphatic amines. But with the larger one, the size gets on increasing, and the hydrophobic alkyl part makes the things difficult to become soluble in water. Now the third property is the boiling point. So when we are talking about the boiling point, the one more important factor that has to be considered is electronegativity. The electronegativity of nitrogen, of amine, and that oxygen of alcohol, if we are comparing it with the alcohol, electronegativity of nitrogen of amine and oxygen of alcohol are 3 and 3.5. Now when we are talking about the boiling point, this has to be considered that alcohols are more polar than amines. Alcohols are more polar than amines and form strong intermolecular H bonding than amines. So the boiling point of alcohol is going to be much higher than amines. So the primary and secondary amines. Primary amine is having the NH2, the RNH2, and the secondary amine is R2NH. Now the primary and secondary amines are engaged in the intermolecular association due to the formation of H bonding between nitrogen of one and the hydrogen of the other molecule. But this intermolecular association is only seen in case of 1 degree and 2 degree, because 1 degree is having 2H and the 2 degree is having 1H. But what would happen in the case of 3 degree amine? When we are talking about the 3 degree amine, that is R3N. Okay, now in that case, there is absence of hydrogen atom available for H bond formation. Therefore, the order of boiling point of primary of the various isomeric amines follows. Primary, the 1 degree amine is having the higher boiling point as compared to 2 degree, as compared to 3 degree. But when we are comparing the alcohols and amines, then alcohols are having higher boiling point than amines and then the alkanes. So the two things that have to be remembered while we are talking about the boiling point is, one is this criteria, that is the alcohol, amines and alkanes, which is having the higher boiling point and why. And the other is out of the isomeric, which one is having the higher boiling point and why. The thing to be very clear, that in case of the primary, secondary and tertiary, there is a difference in number of the H atoms which are undergoing the bonding part. So let us see in case of the 1 degree amine. This is RNH2. This is the other molecule RNH2. And I have written here one more to see how the bonding is taking place. Okay, all are 1 degree amine in nature. So this is electro positive, this is electronegative. Both are forming the intermolecular association. This is positive, the N is negative. Again, there is a formation of hydrogen bonding. Similarly, this hydrogen bonding is going on with these H also, as we can draw, with the N, with the H. Everything, where the hydrogen bonding is possible, whenever the N and H are in front of each other. Okay, so in case of the 1 degree amine, there is a lot of hydrogen bonding. Then in the 2 degree, less as compared to the primary one. And in the 3 degree, there is absence of hydrogen atom available to undergo the bond formation. So now coming to the, after the physical property, the another term that we have to deal is the basic character of amines. Although the basic character of amine is a part of the chemical reaction, but this is very important when we are going with the various reasoning part. All various questions are of one marker reasoning. The first is amines being basic in nature. First, why amines are basic in nature? So we can say that the amines are basic in nature because they react with acid and they easily form the salt. So with the help of the reaction, we can show it. That is, there is a lone pair. It is treated with HX, any of the acid, the movement of lone pair towards the H, and we will be getting the product as RNH3 positive and X negative. The salt is formed. As we know that the acid and the base react together to form the salt. Similarly, we can take the example of here aniline also treated with HX. There is also a lone pair on the nitrogen atom. The same type of reaction here also takes place. Benzene ring with NH3 positive, Cl negative, and anilium chloride is formed. That is the anilium. Aniline is converted into anilium. Chloride is formed here. So the amines are basic because they react with acid to form the salt. Now further, the amine salts on treatment with base like NaOH regenerate the parent amine. We have done it in the preparation part also, that the various ammonium salts, that is RNH3 positive, X negative, when they are treated with NaOH or a strong base, they results in giving us the 1 degree amine is regenerated, water along with NaX. Amines are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvents like ether. This reaction is the basis for separation of amines from the non-basic organic compounds. Remember this, that the amine salts are soluble in water becomes the basis for the separation of amines from the non-basic organic compounds which are insoluble in water. Now the next basic character for it is the reaction related to the basic character. The reaction of amines with mineral acid to form the ammonium salt also shows that they are basic in nature, as we have done in the first part. Amines with the mineral acid forming the ammonium salt, they are basic in nature. Now the other very important thing, amines are having an unshared pair of electron on the nitrogen atom, due to which they are behaving as a Lewis base. Amines, the RNH2 part. Okay. Now there is a presence of a lone pair on it. Due to this presence of lone pair, it is behaving as a Lewis base, the unshared electron pair. Make it a good base, a good ligand, a good complexing agent. Due to this, it can easily form a coordinate bond also. So amines have an unshared pair of electron on nitrogen atom, due to which they are behaving as a Lewis base. But when we are talking about the base, we have studied in equilibrium chapter that a term Kb, pKb are also to be explained when we are talking about the basic character. So now coming to this term, basic character of amines can be better understood in terms of Kb, that is the dissociation constant in terms of base, and pKb for it. Okay, now taking the formula and deriving for it, we know that RNH2 react with water, resulting in formation of RNH3 positive and OH negative, since it is basic in nature. Now what happened to the K value that we have gone in the studied in the equilibrium part? RNH3 positive along with OH negative divided by what the reactant part is, RNH2 and water. We know that the water is taken as unity. Then K is equal to RNH3 positive, OH negative, only left with RNH2 because the water is always taken as unity. And now this K is multiple with the water, or we can write it as Kb directly. So Kb is equal to RNH3 positive into OH negative divided by the concentration of RNH2. Now the other thing we know that is pKb. We always know that pKb is equal to minus log of Kb. And a good base is the one which is having more OH. More OH negative is a symbol to represent that the thing is basic in nature. So we can write here is larger the value of Kb, larger the value of Kb, smaller the value of pKb, smaller the value of pKb. We know that the pKb and Kb are related in a negative manner with each other. So if Kb is large, the pKb is going to be small. So larger the value of Kb, smaller the value of pKb, stronger is the base. Stronger is the base. So if we are provided with the Kb or pKb value of various different compounds, then the one which is having the higher Kb or smaller pKb is going to be a stronger base. Okay, now let's come to the other reasoning part. Now, the very important one, the aliphatic amines are stronger base than ammonia, that is RNH2. We are talking about the aliphatic amines. It can be 1 degree, 2 degree, or 3 degree in nature. The aliphatic amines are stronger bases than ammonia due to the plus I effect of the alkyl group, leading to the high electron density on the nitrogen atom. These alkyl groups are electron releasing in nature. So they results in giving away their electron cloud towards the nitrogen atom. And a nitrogen atom itself is having a lone pair. So the electron density increases. And the pKb value, that is, we are talking about that the one which is having the lesser pKb value is going to be a very good base. So their pKb value lies in the range of 3 to 4.22. But on the other hand, if we are talking about the aromatic amines, these are found to be the weaker bases than ammonia due to electron withdrawing nature of the aryl group. So remember, students, a very important word. The alkyl groups are electron releasing in nature. They are the plus side. While on the other hand, the aryl groups are going to be the electron withdrawing in nature. So the aliphatic amines are going to be stronger than ammonia, while ammonia itself going to be stronger than aromatic amines. Now this thing should be very clear. The reason should be very much understood here, that why the RNH2 is a stronger base than ammonia, while a benzene ring with NH2 is going to be a weaker base than ammonia. Now the eighth very important reason with it, alkane amines versus ammonia. Now we are talking about 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines and how they are more basic or less basic than ammonia. So when we are talking about the alkane amines, these are the electron releasing groups. They result in pushing away the electron cloud towards the nitrogen atom, as we have just discussed, and thus makes the unshared pair of electron more easily available or more available for sharing with the proton of the acid. The other thing along with it is, moreover, the substituted ammonium ions forms from the amine get stabilized due to dispersal of the positive charge, which is developed due to the plus I effect of the alkyl group. Or in a very simple way, we can learn this, that the alkyl groups are electron releasing, increasing the electron density on nitrogen atom. So it is going to be a better base. Okay, because the release of the electron makes it a good Lewis base. So let us see this how the reaction is taking place. So in case of the RNH2, there is presence of a lone pair. When it is treated with H positive, how the reaction takes place, resulting in formation of a positive charge on the nitrogen atom. Now, what about in case of ammonia? We have to compare RNH2 with ammonia now. Okay. Now, again, we are required to show it with the help of the arrows also. Then H, N, H, H on all the four sides along with the positive charge on it. But we have to show the movement of the bond also. So the lone pair is shifted to the H positive. In this case also, the lone pair is shifted to the H positive. But the plus I effect of the alkyl group is going to make it a better base as compared to the ammonia. Now the other thing, if we are going to increase the number of the alkyl group, okay, the order of the basicity of the amines in the gaseous phase follows a very simple thing, that more the plus I, more is the basic character. So the R3N, which is having the 3 alkyl group, is going to be more basic as compared to R2NH, as compared to RNH2, okay, as compared to ammonia. Because what is the main thing that we are seeing in tertiary amine? That is presence of 3 alkyl group. three alkyl group which are rich with the plus I effect. Okay, there are three alkyl groups, so it is more basic. There are two, then one, and the last one is the ammonia. But dear student, remember this, that I have written gas phase. Gaseous phase. This is only possible in case of gaseous phase. If we are provided with the aqueous phase, then would it be working 3, 2, 1 ammonia? No. Now, in the case of the aqueous phase, the substituted ammonium cation get destabilized. Get destabilized not only by the electron releasing effect of the alkyl group, but by the solvation and the steric hindrance also. Now, in the aqueous phase, there are not only the plus I effect which is working, but it is the solvation and the steric effect also. So when we are talking about the plus I effect, we all know that the 3 degree, the 2 degree, the 1 degree, and the least preference is given to ammonia when we are talking about the which is more basic. Okay, but in case of solvation, when we are talking about the amine in the solvated structure, then they are less stabilized in the ion form. Greater is the stability of the ammonium ion cation. Ammonium cation is stronger will be the corresponding amine as base. So according to the solvation effect, the 1 degree is going to be a better base as compared to 2 degree as compared to 3 degree. Now the third factor which is responsible in the aqueous phase when we are considering the basic character is the steric hindrance. When we are talking about the alkyl group which is very small, for example, we are talking about methyl, then methyl group does not cause any of the steric hindrance in the hydrogen bonding. So in case the alkyl group is bigger than methyl, let it be the ethyl or any other group, then there will be the steric hindrance, and therefore there will be a change in the nature of the, as soon as the nature of the alkyl group changes, there is a change in the basic strength also when we are changing from the methyl to the ethyl part. So the three important factors which are responsible in the aqueous phase, the three important factors that are meant to be considered are: first is the plus I effect, the second is solvation, and the third is the steric, or we can say the size of the alkyl group. So other than methyl, all the groups results in changing the steric factor also. So methyl is considered to be the smallest one. The order of the basic strength, so for methyl is different and for the ethyl is different in nature. So let us draw what happens in case C2H5 whole twice NH. When we are talking about the ethyl, is having the 2 degrees having the most basic character as compared to C2H5 whole thrice N, which is having the more basic character as compared to C2H5 NH2 as compared to ammonia. Now how I used to remember this? I used to remember this as 231. 231, the 2 degree, the 3 degree, the 1 degree in case of the ethyl. But what happens in case of the methyl, if the methyl group is present as the alkyl group, then 2 degree will get the first position again. And then we will be writing here as the 1 degree, that is CH3NH2. And then after that we will be writing the 3 degree CH3 whole thrice N, and the last is that of ammonia, because alkane amines are a better base than ammonia. So in case of the gaseous phase, it is a very simple one, 3, 2, 1 ammonia. But in case of ethyl group in the aqueous phase, we will be giving the name as 2, 3, 1, 2 degree, 3 degree, 1 degree. But in case of methyl, this is the methyl part. But in case of the methyl part, if we are taking methyl in place of ethyl, okay. So in case of the methyl part, the 2 degree will get the first position as same, but 1 degree and then the 3 degree effect is arising. So when there is a solvation effect, the steric effect, the plus I effect, then in that case, for ethyl, learn the number 231, and for methyl, learn the number 213. These two numbers will help you in identifying what happens in case of the aqueous solution. Okay, now coming to the other very important reasoning is the aryl amine versus ammonia. Aryl is the benzene ring. The aryl amine is aryl amine versus ammonia. So it is because in case of the aniline or aryl amine, The NH2 group is attached directly to the benzene ring. NH2, the N is having the lone pair of electron on it. So the unshared electron pair on nitrogen atom is a part of the conjugation with the benzene ring and thus make it less available for protonation. So if the lone pair is not available for protonation, how it can be a very strong base? In case of ammonia, the lone pair is present on N. But in case of arylamine, let us consider aniline, the lone pair is going to become a part of the conjugation. So let us see how the conjugation has taken place in case of aniline. Okay, we will be drawing the lone pairs on it. The lone pairs are going to make the double bond. The double bond is going to make the single bond. Okay, this is the double bond NH2 and a positive charge on it. A negative charge with the lone pair. Movement, the lone pair in the center. Double bond at the base. The same phenomena of the resonance occurs as we have done in the previous class, that is the class 11th also. Okay, now further the movement will take place, the lone pair towards the center, bond towards the corner, as ditto same as we have done in case of phenol. Now, what do you think the last part is going to be? The movement of bond takes place in the same manner as we have done in the beginning. So the last is, we will be getting here the bonds are rotated, they are getting delocalized, but the overall structure is ditto same. It is totally same as the previous one. The bond position is altered, and we can see the high electron density at the ortho and the para position. But since the lone pair is going in the conjugation structure, so it is less available for protonation, which is not the case in case of the ammonia. Now, on the other hand, the anilium ion, which is obtained by accepting a proton. The anilium ion, when aniline, which is a very good base, this is aniline, accept a proton, that is H positive, it is going to be converted into the anilium ion. The anilium ion, that is the NH3 positive. Lone pair with the H positive. This is the anilium ion. And remember here, student, that the anilium ion is formed by accepting it, but the anilium ion itself forms only two resonating structure. Okay. Sign of reversibility is followed. The bond position have been changed. So in case of the anilium, there are only two resonating structure, 1 and 2. But in case of aniline, there are the 5 resonating structure. We all know that the proton acceptability shows the basic character of amines, anilines. Okay, and in the case of the aniline, there are the 5 resonating structures, and hence the greater stability is associated with it. Now the last one, in case of substituted aniline, if we are placing any group on aniline, for example, the electron releasing group such as methoxy, such as methyl, which are going to release the increase the basic strength, whereas the electron withdrawing groups such as NO2, such as SO3H, such as COOH, these are going to decrease the basic strength because they are taking away the electron, they are electron withdrawing group. So the presence of electron donating group would increase the basic strength. For example, let us see one example of it. If we are having NH2 along with OCH3, then in that case the basic strength is going to increase because methoxy group is having 2 lone pairs. So these are undergoing the conjugation. So because it is electron releasing group, so the basic strength of when we substitute the electron releasing group on aniline, the basic strength is increased as compared to aniline, more it is going to be the basic strength. And it is going to be more when we are placing an electron withdrawing group. If we are placing an electron withdrawing group, such as NO2, electron withdrawing group, then such a groups are electron withdrawing group. So the one which is giving the electron donating group or releasing group, increases the strength and makes the availability of the lone pair more easily. But the one which is having the electron withdrawing groups present on it is going to be a very difficult to lose the electrons. So aniline is more basic. The para-methoxy aniline is going to be more basic than aniline, which is going to be more basic than para-nitro-aniline. So these are very important reasoning. Revise these reasoning thoroughly and precisely. Learn them side by side so that it will not be becoming a difficult task at the end. Till then, goodbye, stay safe.